Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It is your girl Alana Simone. So first of all, I wanted to welcome you guys in. I hope you're having an amazing day. So today we're going to be talking about the one that got away. And so, this is a very interesting topic. And actually what just came to mind, there's a song I think that says this. Who is it by? The one that got away. Whoa. Oh, Katy Perry. Okay, listen, that just came to my mind. I'm like, this is familiar. Yeah, anyway, but that's not how I got the title. But like that song, I'm like, there's a song I think that says something like this. But yeah, I think it's an actual song by Katy Perry that says that. But anyway, but today we're going to be talking about the one you got away, and just the aspect of course, God. And have you ever known somebody let me just start with the story. Like, one thing about life and just our life and just a journey and just our journeys and just all this stuff that we go through in life, because we go through a lot. One thing that happens is that we go through a lot of things. We go through good things, we go through bad things, and so sometimes, we may have been in a relationship and, we think that's the one. We think that the person that we're with, that's that's our person. That's the one, all this stuff, we're head over heels. And then one day, they break up, y'all break up, and it's oh my God, you're heartbroken, all this stuff. And so, that's usually how people be like, that's the one that got away. You start reminiscing, years go by, you're like, bruh, dang, if I was ready for that, this the one that got away, and so that's, just a little story I wanted to say to kind of bring in the little subject. But anyway, but today, just talking about the one that got away and the aspect of God, and knowing that, sometimes we get away from God. Sometimes we can really start maybe pursuing our relationship with God, and then one day we just kind of start drifting off. One day, we was talking to him, reading our Bible, going to church, and then another day we in the club partying, drinking, smoking, and we just trying to figure out how we got here, and stuff like that. It's years go by, and it's dang, you look back on your life and it's wow, I was really I had God in my life, but what happened? How did I end up here? How did I end up in this place? And how did I end up with these people? How did I end up with this addiction? How did I end up with all this stuff? I'm really confused. And so, that's really how sometimes we can be with God. And it's you look up and realize that, you may have became the one that got away. And so one thing about God is that he's been there. He's always going to be there. But sometimes it's us that can get away from him. And sometimes it's us that, really can get away from our relationship with him and just being able to pursue, a life with him. And so we end up sometimes waking up what in the world happened to my life? It wasn't like this a couple years ago, but somehow it got like this. And so today I just really wanted to invite you, extend you an invitation to invite you back into your relationship with God. Sometimes we get away. Sometimes we can run away, and sometimes life can just take us on a journey where we're how in the world did I get here? And we just look up oh my God. And sometimes we feel we so far gone that it's how am I going to get back? God don't want me back. He don't want to talk to me. He don't want to see me. I've been doing some things that I already know he going to be ew, why you doing that? And why you into this? And, all this stuff. So sometimes, when we get so far, we end up talking ourselves out of even wanting to come back to God. And so today I just wanted to give you an open invitation to re-invite him back into your life. Listen, it doesn't matter how far you've gone. It doesn't matter where you've been at. It don't matter where you even are right now. Listen, a decision can be made today for you to be listen, Lord, I don't even know how I ended up in this place. I don't know how I ended up with this girl. I don't even know where my life is right now. But I just know that I need to get back to where you are. I need to, really get back to pursuing a relationship with you and really, rekindling that relationship, because I've gotten far away. I've gotten really far and I just don't know where I'm at no more. And so just, invite him in. Like, it doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing. Like, God is always available to communicate with you and to be invited back into your life. And so don't ever let yourself stop you from being able to pursue your relationship with God and to invite him into your life, because it's so important to have him in your life, whether you're doing good or bad. Like, you're gonna need, he's important because he can help keep you on track. He can help keep you focused, and he can help, really lead your life to a path that's going to benefit you in the long run, and not leave you always wondering, like, what am I doing and where am I at, and like, leaving you confused. Like, God is not an author of confusion. And so when you with him, you have focus, you have clarity, you can have a clear mind where you're not like confused and tired and trying to figure out what's going on. Sometimes we can be the ones that get away. Sometimes it just happens like that. You out here living your life because you've grown and you doing what you want to do. Okay. And so listen, that's you living your life. But just know that God is still there and God is still available. And God is always waiting for you at the door. He waiting. It's like, how you be like, going out maybe late at night or something, and like your parents waiting for you to come back home. But the only thing with that is usually when they waiting for you to come back home, you get in trouble afterwards. But the difference with that with God is like, he waiting for you, but I mean, you're not going to necessarily get in trouble, but of course you're going to maybe feel some type of conviction, or just, you may feel bad just naturally, and that comes from you. That doesn't come from him. But from there, he just embraces you and reminds you that he's still here for you, and that he still loves you, and he extends his grace, and he really just wants you to know that you're always invited back. Even if you get away, you can always come back. There's always a room for you. There's always room for you in his house. And so just know that. Just don't allow your circumstances, don't allow the life path that you have chosen to really take you away from God. But when you get to a point in your life where you in your mess, and you just like, how did I get here? And you just don't have no direction. You just need help. Know that God is still there. And you may have done some crazy, wild things, but listen, what's done is done. And so what you can do today and any other day is just move forward, recognize what you've done, and move forward and do better, and make better decisions, make better changes, and know that you can still reach out to God and let him know what's up, and just be honest with him, and know that he's not going to be like, oh, you're in trouble and you're grounded, you're punished, you're on punishment. Like, no. He's just going to be like, okay, so I mean, half of the time when we do stuff and we be out here wilding out, living a crazy life, we ended up getting our own selves in trouble and getting our own selves hurt. God don't got to do none of that. Like, we do it ourselves because we doing what we want to do. And so we might get like some of the things that come with what we do. You might get pregnant. You might get in a car accident. You might overdose on drugs. Like, it's so many stuff. God, like, we be trying to blame God or think that we gonna get in trouble when we go back to him. Like, listen, you out here destroying yourself. So it's not really like to be afraid to go back to God and be like, listen, this is what I'm doing. And he already know. You know, he knows. So just be honest with him and communicate that with him. And you being honest, that can allow you to, really start wanting to make a change and just grow and do better moving forward. Like, you don't have to be perfect, but you can do better. Like, you got to realize, first of all, what you're doing is not the best. And from there, you can move forward and gain new understanding, gain new insight, and gain new knowledge to move forward. And God is the best person to be able to help you with, because he gives you direction, he gives you guidance, and he sets your path straight. So when we go and do what we want, we end up getting on a path that's crooked and it's going all over the place. It's full of confusion, it's full of destruction, it's full of dips and turns. But with God, he can make our path straight, and he sets the path before us. Because why? He knows the plans that he has for us. He declares that in his word. So if he knows it, why not reach out to the person who knows it, and the person who wants the best for us, and who has the power and ability to be able to give us direction and take us on the path that will lead us to a better life, and lead us to success, and lead us to a life that's more fulfilling and that's worth living for. So you guys, just know that sometimes we can get away. Sometimes you could be the one that got away from God. But just know he's always there to be able to reach out to communicate with, to help bring you back home to him. There's always a room in his house for you. So just know that. You know, sometimes I think we beat ourselves up and we think that God is just mad at us and, you know, all this stuff when we be out here living a crazy life. But no, like, that's our own. We be like more hard on ourselves than God is, So it's like we be making up all this stuff, and us doing that and getting in our heads, then that really is what causes us to not pursue a relationship with him and to not go back to him when we know that we've gone far away. But if we understand that, listen, what's done is done. The best thing you can do is just move forward. And once you realize and you move forward and make a change, because to continue to stay in the same stuff is not going to get you a better result. Like, just make a decision to just move forward, and I guarantee you it'll be so rewarding in the end, and you'll be really thankful that you did that. So you guys, I really pray this video encouraged you today. I really pray that you can just make a decision today to reach out to God, to reconnect with him. If you have gone away, you may have been that one that got away, and if you still hanging with God and that's your homie, listen, stay connected to him. Stay allowing him to put you on the path that's made straight. And I guarantee your life will just be a really good life. Because to have God on your side is like one of the best decisions that you could ever make in your life. So you guys, I thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.